Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to the next edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. I am Aaron Phillips, and sitting alongside of me is nationally recognized illustrator, Mr. Neil Portnoy. How are you, sir?
I'm good. This is number 11, huh?
This is number 11 to the best of my counting ability.
The amazing thing is today is my 11th anniversary.
Oh, you know, it's like the time, 11-11.
To the same woman.
To the same woman?
Yeah.
Are you the same person you were when you got married 11 years ago?
No, I'm much better. Thank you, dear.
That
was not to you, by the way.
No. I get that. I get that. Anyway, sorry for the delay on getting on. We had a little technical issue getting Facebook up and running here, but we thank you for sticking with us and tuning in. It is January 12th. Can you believe that it's almost 2 weeks since it was New Year's, and here we are on the other side of the.
But we're closer to spring training.
Yes, and that is why I'm in my sports gear today. You know what? The Giants ended the season. That it usually ends football for me. Although I must say the 4 games today and tomorrow for the playoffs are very intriguing matchups.
The spread to me is very intriguing, and of course we're in Las Vegas, right, broadcasting from Las Vegas, and this, we're all talking the betting line and the over/under and all stuff. I'm not familiar with.
Who's winning and all that stuff.
I don't bet, but had I known you were going to wear your Yankees sweatshirt, I would have worn my Red Sox sweatshirt.
Well,
but you do this. Okay, what is he going to? Which hat out of his 3,247 collection of hats is he going to wear? And you came in today wearing this brand
spanking
alien thing.
Because I know how much you love the new logo of the Las Vegas Aviators.
Well, I did ask you. I said, "What's the 2 lines in the top?"
I didn't know,
and you didn't know. And I said, "Look at it closely. It's the V for Vegas."
That's right. You're right. And I had it in my head, but it didn't come out of my mouth to answer the question saying that because I really wasn't sure.
You know what? It's not a bad logo, but it looks too much like an alien.
Yes. Well, it is what it is. What am I going to do?
So let's talk football. Let's
talk football. We have the Chargers. I think the game most people are anticipating this weekend, looking forward to, Chargers and Patriots. No offense to your Patriots.
Yeah, well, Philip Rivers has never beaten Tom Brady.
That is true. That is true.
They are unbelievably efficient at Gillette Stadium, the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
The weather is going to be down into the 20s.
Right.
Patriots only have 1 person on injured reserve, so they're very, very healthy. Which Gronk are we going to see?
Right.
Is Philip Rivers going to have in his head, what's happened to him before in the past? Although a lot of the power people in the betting industry here have now started to move their money toward the Chargers, which is interesting. It started out as a 4.5-point spread.
Right.
It's down to 4.
Okay.
Tom Brady just doesn't make mistakes.
Generally, he does not. However, you raise a couple of questions that may cause a couple of mistakes. We don't know what kind of Gronkowski is going to get today.
Yep.
Okay. Running game is pretty good, but you have to admit, though, Brady has not looked as sharp this year as he has in the past.
We've mentioned before, and I've mentioned before in some of our broadcasts, I think he has an injury that is not being disclosed.
Okay.
He hasn't got the zip on the ball that he's had before in the past. And, of course, the pundits are out there going, is this finally
going to be Philip Rivers' year?
Yeah, where every quarterback starts to show, the aging process.
Right.
Brady's a little unique. I mean, his workout routine, he keeps himself in great shape.
What's those PEDs he takes from that guy?
Well, yeah, but he's married to Giselle. And
that's true. That would keep me in shape too.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
If not physically, at least mentally anyway.
I was only talking physical.
Oh, of course.
The mental part is a totally different thing.
However, I do believe there's something about the Chargers team this year. And I know all the odds and the numbers are against the Chargers. West Coast coming east, cold weather. Brady's beating them all.
3rd time they're coming east, which they're bringing up as a point.
Well, they won last week, right? They played again. Who did they play last week? I don't remember.
They've won the last 3 weeks because that's why they're in Foxborough.
Right. No, exactly. And yet they still had a better record than the Pats did in the season. But because of the way everything fell out with the divisions and everything, they had to go on the road while Patriots got the number 2 seed. Because the other game people are looking forward to is the Chiefs game.
Snow in the forecast in Kansas City is going to make a major difference in this game.
Absolutely. I saw that early on TV this morning that it is snowing and it's going to be cold and schmutzy.
Yeah.
You'll
see on page 642, the new Funkin' Wagner 3rd edition.
Don't ask me to spell it because I'll get in trouble. Yeah. But if there's like over and under on how many times players are going to change their cleats because of the turf,
and they're betting on everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's almost like the Super Bowl when you bet everything from the coin toss to how long the Star Spangled Banner is going to be. Then we have the Cowboys and Seahawks, right? They're the other game.
Seahawks are gone. Cowboys and the L.A. Rams.
Oh, and the Rams, and then you have the Saints playing the other NFC games. So the 4 games are really kind of intriguing this week.
Anybody can win.
Absolutely. And I think the way things have shaken out this year, I think to this point, these 4 teams are the 4 best teams that have really consistently played throughout the season. I can't really think of another one that...
I don't know if consistency throughout the season is the right terminology. I would say...
Or played well enough from beginning to end?
They got better at the right time.
Well, most teams do. The hot team. Well, look at the Giants when they won their second Super Bowl. They were 9-7 at the end of the regular season, and they just got ridiculously hot through the playoffs to when they beat the Patriots. But you're right. I mean,
it's got to bring that up.
Of course, when you beat the Patriots, when my Giants beat the Patriots. My friend Scott Hogue, who's watching now from Alaska. Scotty, I hope you have enough woolies on right now.
What's the temperature in Alaska?
Last night while we were at the show, we'll talk about Chadwick in a few minutes. Okay. He posted out there a screenshot. It was minus 36 degrees in Alaska.
Where in Alaska? That's a big state.
Who cares? It's cold. Who cares what part of Alaska?
Can you see Russia from there?
I don't know. Scotty, can you see Russia from there?
Let us know, please.
I think he's just outside Anchorage, if I remember, because he was watching. There he is. Yeah, he's just saying hello. Jordan Noel is watching. Thank you, Jordan. I know you're leaving town today, going back to school.
Hey, so Jordan.
Good, safe trip. The weather back east.
Creighton University.
Terrible. Supposed to like this nor'easter going up the coast. They're concerned part of it may affect.
Why are you surprised? It's January.
I know. I'm not surprised, but it's going to affect a lot of travel. It may actually affect Jordan, who's going back to school.
Where is Creighton, by the way?
It escapes me right now. Jordan, where's Creighton? But I know he's got to fly through Chicago to get there. He's got like a 3-hour layover in Chicago.
I don't know where it is.
Well, they usually show
Indiana. I'm going to say Indiana.
Okay.
I'm going with Indiana.
It might be because Creighton's usually very good in the NCAA tournament too, by the way.
Hey, Diane Davis.
Diane Davis just popped in.
Where the hell are you? Are you in Egypt? Are you in the Caribbean?
Oh, Fairbanks is where Scotty is. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, but
Fairbanks.
Diane's not in Fairbanks.
No, she's not.
Because I saw she was
That's
wearing
what happens when you have 2 conversations.
That you need in warm weather.
Right.
Yeah, but she's taking bad selfies. She is the queen of bad selfies. Have you ever seen some of her selfies?
I probably.
She's really not in the picture. That's why it's called a bad selfie.
That's why it's a bad selfie. I do want to recognize we actually have a few people in our live audience today.
Two. There's a couple, not a few.
That's okay.
Right.
Hey, it's more than none.
Correct.
Just you and I in here, unless you have an event going on, which we'll talk about as well.
All right.
Peter Popper Giorgio, who was with us last week in studio, has his own web series. What is it on fire again?
That's like 2 pizzas in one. The
What's
Papagenos and Giorgio's that frozen.
Giordano's. That's the frozen one.
Oh, that's the frozen.
That's the frozen one.
I missed a few letters.
You can buy a vowel. It's fine.
I'd like to buy a couple vowels. But I know how to say Papa Giorgio now.
Yes.
I couldn't last week.
You couldn't last week. You practiced all week.
I did. I practiced all week. I did my homework.
That's right. What's that? Yes, the vacation moves. And he corrected me last week. I thought the son played Peter, Papa Joy, but it's Nick. Nick was the son. Yeah. And then his wife, Catherine Natali, who's also a noted entertainment singer, actress, the whole shebang.
Artist, throw that in.
Artist, right? She is known for developing Redneck Weddings, the web series, and you have another one kind of working. What is it? All About Manos. That's the other one. It's still in development.
About Mono?
Has it landed somewhere? Because last we talked, it was you were trying to get it out there for somebody to pick up. Oh, okay. AllaboutManosTV.com.
Mono? I had Mono once.
M-A-N.
What we talking about?
Not Mono. This is Manos. Oh, Amazon Prime
it's
too?
on the Amazon Prime.
Oh, I got a membership there. I'll have to go check it out over there.
Great. Yeah.
Hey, the mailman's here.
Mailman's him. That's Manny. Hey, Manny.
Oh, Diane Davis answered your question as we were talking about Amazon. She says, last week we were in the Amazon. No, not the warehouse here in Las Vegas, but she was in the real Amazon in South America down in Brazil. That's why she hasn't been around. Yeah, let me forward that screen.
You know what? She's like traveling, but she will be here at Portnoy Gallery next week, which we'll talk about later.
Okay. Hey, David Cooper is out there, and he's Colleen Angel's out there watching us, and he joins our podcast to tell us he'd rather watch Colleen than deal with you and I.
He's watching Colleen. How come?
I don't know.
That's not right.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He joined our podcast to tell us he'd like somebody else.
I'm stealing the battery from your
from
scooter.
scooter. Anyway, David, thank you for chiming in. Regardless of the reason, Joe Tasso's out there, Travis Roundy's out there. We appreciate it. It's funny because I'm simulcasting this over here, but because where my laptop is to get you and I on screen, I'm using my phone as the simulcast feed for me to monitor what's going on out there.
How come I look so confused I'm watching myself on TV?
Well, don't watch. That's the thing. I used to tell Ricky Cash this because we were on another network that was very big on live streaming, and he thought he was on TV. He always played to the camera. And I told him, we're just radio with the camera sneak peeking in what we do.
Oh, so I won't look over there.
Oh, you can look over there. That's the straight camera. Don't look over here.
Oh, I'll look over there. No,
you can look at there.
Did somebody just looked on your phone? I looked at your phone.
Oh, that's a message.
You told me not to look at my phone, and I looked at your phone.
That's our buddy Chris, by the way. Let's see.
Who else is watching?
Well, there's a couple of great names out there. We have Joe Tasso, Travis Roundy's out there, David Cooper, Brian Hardy.
Diane Davis is in San Juan.
She's in San Juan?
I thought she was with Juan. I didn't see the San. I'm going, who's Juan? With Bert. Who's Juan?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. David Cooper says no. I said, he said, okay. I don't know. Now he's backpedaling.
Oh,
David.
He's can't backpedal. He's on
he said,
scooter.
no, I said, you were my, he's going in reverse. He said, he was trying to say that you and I were his fave.
Oh. Got to learn how to type then, huh?
I guess so. Unless, I don't know. Sheila's usually in there watching us too. Barbara Dempsey's out there. Connie McIntosh. My cousin Peter from Washington, the Washington area is out there. So we're coast to coast right now. We are coast to coast. And I love when we get international viewers. Every once in a while, we get some folks from all over the world watching us.
Well, we got somebody watching from San Juan.
That's true.
Isn't that like no, that's on outside the world.
Right.
Okay. Puerto Rico, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I played baseball in Ponce. That's right outside of San Juan.
Is that like Ponce de Leon?
No, it's Ponce. They have a national stadium, and I played baseball in the stadium when I was a youngin.
When you had skills.
Yeah, the skills have gone away. Yeah, well, other skills developed and those left.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about last night, dude. Happy anniversary to you and Dorothy. Today is your 11th anniversary.
She's now in first place.
For the longest wed?
Longest, yeah, because my other two, the top was 10. Now she's 11. So she's in first place. She's very excited about this.
Is she? Did you give her a award, a plaque, or a trophy or something?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
Although we're going out to dinner tonight to a very nice restaurant.
Yeah, where are you going? This way the paparazzi knows where to leave you alone.
Urban Rye on Sahara. I think it's called Urban Rye.
Urban Rye. Where is it?
Rye and Times, Urban Rye. It's this little place. We went there once. We were going to a show, and we went for a quick bite to eat. And you walk in and you feel like you're in the Lower East Side of New York. It's really a funky place. Do I know what street it's on? I think it's on Sahara. Yeah, on the right, heading toward the Strip. It's on the right-hand side. It's this little brick building with no parking. That'll be fun. But the food is unbelievable. Everything. American cuisine. We had
it's a bissel of everything.
We had clam sauce with noodles. I don't know what you call it. Linguine
with clam sauce.
Right. And tonight I'm going to have the biggest steak they have. Yeah.
How big is the steak?
I don't know, but I'm going to get on the scale tomorrow and it's going to say one person at a time, please.
In my household, a steak, if it's bigger than about 4 ounces, will last Eileen and I a month.
Yeah, I know. You guys are unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Slivers. You eat slivers.
We do, and it's okay. For some reason, my phone now is not allowing me to play the video, so we'll just let that do its thing. But anyway, so David reminded me of a comment he made last night when we showed up at the Rock Lounge at Red Rock.
You have to find your triplet.
Yeah, well, he told you the story when he pulled in the park, right?
He did. He said that, from the back.
There was a bald-headed guy.
There was a bald-headed guy.
We all looked the same.
And he yelled Aaron. And the guy
he yelled my name, thought it was me.
Yeah, and it didn't look anything like you. So I guess all bald-headed men from the back could be part of Quadruple Brothers from.
All I know is that people keep coming out of the work. We're going to have to keep changing the name of the show.
I know.
And I don't know if we can put that on there, right? What's that? Well, triplets, we've seen quads. I mean, there's many of us out there.
We're talking back and forth with our studio audience, and people are like,
well, that's why I moved them. That's why I moved them a little closer so that as they speak with us, hopefully the mic is kind of picking them up in the background.
What else do you want to talk about this morning?
Well, let's go back to Chadwick. Let's talk about last night's show, which was great. We saw Chadwick Johnson last night. You and Dorothy introduced Jonathan Carrance to us, and he's close friends with Chadwick. And so, last night's show, he was rocking it last night.
Well, I tell you, it's funny. Chadwick Johnson plays once a month. I'm not sure, one Friday a month at the Rocks Lounge.
The second
Friday every month at the Rocks Lounge at Red Rock Casino on Charleston. And it's really hard to describe the uniqueness of Chadwick Johnson. And I went up to him after the show, and I went over to his mother, and I said, you know what makes him so unique? It finally clicked in.
Mm-hmm.
He tells a story when he sings.
Right.
Now, he sang last night a song by Adele
mm-hmm.
that we've all heard. We've listened to the melody. We've listened to the music, the bridge. But you don't know what the hell she's saying. Last night, Chadwick sang the song, and I learned about the story of the song. I knew every
mm-hmm.
word. He's that good in his interpretation with a very, very unique voice,
mm-hmm.
almost like a Steve Perry.
And I said that to you, and then what song does he close out on last night?
The Steve Perry Journey song.
Right.
Don't ask me.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, Don't Stop Believing.
He really did. Chadwick sounded a lot like Steve Perry, and I commented Journey. And then his last song to close out the show is Don't Stop Believing.
And he comes from a family that are champion ropers.
Yeah, you told me that last night. That's crazy.
They're ropers. That's what Chadwick's got a horse at his house.
Wow.
I always said I'd never get on anything bigger than me, so I will never get on a horse.
Oh, I've got a horse story. You know, my last name, Phillips, if you take the S off Phillip, you know what the true meaning of that is? In what it's, translated?
I don't, but I'm sure I'm going to learn any second.
Well, you brought up horses. So Philip actually means love of horses.
Does it really?
It absolutely does. Yes.
So one word means three.
Well, listen, when you translate, you can translate it any way you want to.
Do you know what Portnoy means?
I think so. Go ahead.
It's a Russian, by the way.
Yes.
It means stitcher or tailor.
Yeah.
And did you know that the name Portnoy in Russia
mm-hmm.
is as common as Jones in the United States?
I wouldn't doubt it.
That means that somebody in your family was a tailor.
Yeah, somebody was a tailor. Yeah. Portnoy.
All right, I'm going to have to ban someone from our podcast. Bob Zagami?
No, you can't.
Because here's his post. He says, good afternoon from Boston.
He's a Red Sox fan, huge.
He says, where's your Red Sox shirt to offset Aaron's poor wardrobe choice today?
Well,
no,
you know
he
what?
just didn't have the good common sense.
Well, it's not only he had the tremendous common sense, but he wasn't listening earlier or watching or when I made the comment like, had I known you were going to wear that Yankees thing, I would have put my Red Sox sweatshirt on.
Well, he obviously missed the show during football season.
Well, the last time I remember the Yankees won a World Series was when?
It was there, but you know what?
No, it was there when? Do you remember the year?
Talk to me when you get to 10, and when we've got 27 now.
27 is past history.
Well, so is your series. It's past. It ended last season.
It wasn't 60 years ago.
No, it wasn't, but neither was the Yankees' last championship.
When was it?
My Yankee fan, was it early 2000s was the last one? The last one they lost was against the Diamondbacks. When that little bloop shot to center over Mariano.
15, 16 years ago?
Still not 100 years before you won your first.
But when did they win the 27? When did they win the 27?
What's the difference? They have 27 championships. How many do the Red Sox have?
I thought we weren't going to talk politics on this show.
It's not politics. It's fact. Politics is not always fact. This is fact.
I am so tired of listening to Yankee fans talk about their
jealousy.
27 World Series wins.
They win, what, 3 and 4 years, and they think they're hot stuff now?
Times change. No, I don't believe in a curse. I was a baseball guy. There was no curse. There was no
curses. I just won't say them on the air. Anyway.
But anyhow.
But of course, he obviously wasn't watching when I was wearing Giants gear, my Giants sport jacket.
There's a
and you were wearing your Patriots.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, but your head coach came from the Giants. So just remember his bloodline.
He came from the Jets too.
Just remember his bloodline. That's
and he
all.
came from the Cleveland Browns as well.
Well, do you really want to claim he was with the Browns? Nobody wants to stay with the Browns.
Nobody wanted to stay with the Jets either. He left afterwards.
Still haven't. They got rid of Todd Bowles this year.
Well, they got a new coach.
Sheila has finally joined. Yes, they do. Sheila's finally joined us. Let's see. Bob, Yankees won in 2009 against the Phillies. Yeah, I had the year, right?
Against 2009. The Phillies.
The Phillies. So that was the year. That was the last year they won.
Oh.
So then it must have been 2010 or something. Whenever they lost to the Diamondbacks was the last one
with
Joe
Torre. Buy a championship.
What was that? Oh yeah, okay. Mookie Betts signed how much just now? You said
$200 million
for how long? Him. Last season the Red Sox
10-year contract was Giancarlo Stanton. How long is that going to last?
Probably 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Okay. How about A-Rod? The same thing. But
yeah,
for fact, who had the #1 payroll during baseball last year?
Probably the Red Sox.
That's correct. So don't talk about buying championships.
Well, they bought it with the payroll. How about CC Fatathia?
Listen, if he makes it through this season without a heart attack, I'll be happy.
You didn't even hear what I called him.
I heard it. I heard it. But you know what? He's lost
6'7". Do you know he's 6'7"?
I know he's a tall dude.
6'7".
Yeah.
300-something pounds.
Yeah.
That was like you before you lost your weight, wasn't it?
Exactly. Let's see. All right. David Cooper. Oh, Sheila's in. Thank you, Sheila. Cubs, they last won a couple of years ago, and Bob says the Red Sox won last year. Bet signed for $20 million for 1 year.
1 year.
Yes, they won last year, but that was in the past, right? As he was talking about. So last year's World Series means nothing. It happened already, right? Just based on his philosophy for the Yankees. Let me repeat: 27 World Championships. You get to double digits, then we'll talk.
In 1600 and something, I think Columbus won because he brought how many boats across? No one else had done that.
3.
I'm just making a comparison.
No, I know.
We're going back into the past.
Okay, so Chadwick Johnson last night, I don't think he really cares about what teams we root for. But he was phenomenal last night. What did he do? He did almost 2 hours, right?
Yeah, he did almost. He kept going. He did
no
almost 2 hours. He had
his violinist.
He had his violinist tours with Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
How about that? And she was phenomenal.
She was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And his drummer was great. His keyboard guy, who was also a songwriter or singer himself.
Bob, you and I will have to keep talking off air.
Yeah, Bob's going back and forth with you. But he does top 40. He does some great, but it's his interpretation, his storytelling with that tremendous voice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who come to Las Vegas for the first time, or you tell them, look, I've moved to Las Vegas. They look at you and say, okay, what hotel do you live in?
Right.
We've got wonderful neighborhoods. You don't have to pay the mega dollars on the Strip to see unbelievable entertainment.
Yeah. What was the entry fee for last night's show?
Zero. And
he was packed.
He was packed. We had reserved seats. Thank you, Chadwick.
Yes. Thank you, Chadwick.
And you go into there and like 30 people.
Absolutely.
It's like a family.
When he acknowledged mine and Eileen's anniversary, and he was asking me my name, and I heard you out of my left ear side saying to give him the other name, right? That was you, right?
That was me, yeah.
Because of those people in there were more people that know me as Aaron,
right,
than the other side. So that's why I stuck with giving him.
But he's so cordial. He's such a nice guy. There were entertainers in the room as well. Jonathan Carrant was there, a brilliant jazz singer, and just a lot of people that we see on a weekly basis.
We take it for normal.
I'm out every night.
We take it as normal here.
Yeah.
As that these are just normal, regular people. Where I think we were talking about it before the show. You did a piece on Lady Gaga.
Just finished.
And Peter mentioned that, well, she's here in town, and you said it before you even finished the sentence. You can't get to her.
You can't get to her.
So here we've got talent that is wonderful, is probably just as good on many levels, but just don't have the notoriety yet that the Lady Gagas of the world do.
One moment in time changes everything.
Absolutely.
And it's no longer who you know. It's more important your timing. Everything is timing. I've now been in Las Vegas. This March will be 3 years, and people constantly, and I've mentioned before in the show, come up to me and go, how the hell do you know everybody? And I look at them and say, let me tell you something. That's not important. What's important is they know me. And the more you plant seeds and the more you network and the more you get out there and the more you utilize social media, you never know when that right person is going to see it and go, who the hell is this person?
Yeah.
Oh my God, look what they do. Look, we all wait for the big break. Everybody thinks you're a multimillionaire. And I look at him and said, somebody asked me once, how's your credit? And I looked at him and said, excellent. I owe everybody.
Yeah, it's clean across the board. I owe everybody.
There you go.
Absolutely. It's 100%. No, listen, Chadwick was great. And I mentioned to my wife on the way home last night about how grateful we are because you and Dorothy have asked us to join you on occasions to go to some shows that we and to see entertainers like Chadwick and Jonathan, who we would have probably never have gone to see or even knew was in town, let alone go to see. But it was great.
That's what friends are for. You know what?
Absolutely.
That's what you do. You just Dorothy and I love going out. we, and me especially, I never look at anyone that they're better than me or I'm better than them. People are people are people. And if you treat people just like a normal person and really get to know them rather than go goo goo gaga, you know, this is so, I don't do any of that. I don't want to do any of that. And I don't want anybody to do that to me. You know, people say to me all the time, oh my God. I said, listen, I sit on my ass and draw. I'd love to be able to sing. But every time I start to sing, I say the same thing.
Dogs howl.
Thank God I can draw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your rendition of Steve Perry at the end last night was not well
good. No, it was good.
It was not well. Well, you only sang 2 bars.
That's all I know.
Right, that's right. Exactly. Hey, I want to ask you a question totally off the cuff, totally off the beaten path. Okay, I want to talk about sounds. I was talking to you about this before we went on the air. Okay. Sounds.
Oh.
Okay. And I'm going to particularly see that didn't bother me, but I'm going to particularly talk about when you hear a yeah, Eileen. I want to talk about sounds that you'll hear at a particular time of day that scare the bejesus out of you. But before we get to that, this is called a tease. Talk about what's coming up here at the gallery next week.
We're not talking about the sounds.
It's a tease. I tease them to hang on while you're going to talk about
next week. Actually, a week from today.
I'm still teaching them, folks.
I'm learning. A week from today at Portnoy Gallery, 1537 West Oakey Boulevard, on the corner of Oakey, Weston, and Wyoming, across from the gym. Yeah, the gym is Little Darlings, because that's where husbands tell their wives they're going, honey, I'm going to the gym.
That's right.
We are doing the unveiling of the Portnoy Wall of Honor. Now, what the Portnoy Wall of Honor is, and everybody wants to be part of it, we started it in 2018, inducting some of Las Vegas entertainers, celebrities, and just normal people.
Can I say royalty?
You can.
Because I'm in that. That's why I wanted to say that.
Okay. And one royalty.
Joker more.
And I do these portrait caricatures, the realistic head, the cartoon body.
Like this.
Yeah, like us behind. Not our behinds, like behind us.
Right. In the background.
And I give the original, or they buy the original, and then I make a reproduction and hang it on a designated wall in the front of the gallery. And it's lettered the Portnoy Wall of Honor. And everyone in Las Vegas now a lot of people have seen it, and they're like, how do I get on the wall? Well,
make a charitable donation.
I don't do this for free. This is what I do for a living. But that being said, we're doing a very large event. There'll probably be 50 to 100 plus people here, 1 to 4, Saturday the 19th, and for the unveiling of the 2019 class. And it's going to be a event where there will be food, there will be entertainers and celebrities and TV, radio personalities, and a great place to mingle, a nice little event. It's free to the public. Please stop by and come see the gallery if you've never been here. It's more like a museum. It's 45 years of the work that I've done all over the country, much more than the cartoons.
Very good. And we are going to have a special Twin Brothers from Different Mothers that day. We're going to start at, what did we say, 11:30, right? We'll go 11:30 to 12:30, so that we're cleaned up and out of the way.
Or keep it up, or we'll figure it out.
And this way we'll be a little ahead. Now, if anybody does come down early before we go off the air, we'd love to maybe quickly throw them on the show with us. Sure. But so we're going to do a short, not a short, we're going to do a little off-time show before the event.
Lie about sizes. You sure it's short? I don't have the answer.
I know. I have too many answers. I have too many answers in my head that I want to give, but I'll let it go. But that's what happens when you're Jewish. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so come on down. You did put an event out there. Dorothy did.
It's on Eventbrite.
Right, it's on Eventbrite. So RSVP this way. Neil and Dorothy know how many people.
Yeah, we have a head count, so we know what to do.
What are you going to do when you're going to run out of wall space for like the 2020 class?
Well, we've already talked about this.
Okay.
We've already talked about this. The building to my right, the office to my right has been vacant.
Not the printer.
Not the printer, no.
Who we'll talk about too.
Who did our beautiful sign.
Yes.
Yeah, and their cards over there, so I'll get it later. So I remember.
Remember who they are.
Remember the name. That's been vacant next door.
Okay.
We're talking about it. We don't know, but if the building owner gave us a pretty good price, we might expand and open up another 1,500 square feet to the right of us, which I really need for wall space.
Right.
Because I've already run out of wall space here.
You haven't used the ceiling yet.
No, or the floor.
Or the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, you could put like little stars of Walk of Fame on the floor.
Well, the Portnoy Wall of Honor is like Sardi's in New York.
Yeah.
And that's what we're kind of putting it out there that come visit the new Sardi's of Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been Portnoyed? And that's the new hashtag.
That's the hashtag. Absolutely. Want to give a shout out to Shoshana. She is watching. Hal Savar. How are you, Hal? I have had the opportunity to work a few events in my hosting and MC events. Hal is a great entertainer as well. He does solo guitar music and he has a band. Talk about, unknown big entertainers. Hal, if you see Hal out there working and doing his thing, you've got to check him out. He is terrific and he's funny. He's got a great sense of humor.
He should post what he's got coming up so we could give a little shout out to go see Hal at wherever he's playing.
Hal, yeah, definitely put up your upcoming event and we'll be happy. You put it right there in the chat room and we'll certainly reshare it. Stephanie Sprague, who is the daughter of my former radio partner, Ricky Cash, up in Elko. She just chimed in, just joined the chat room, and I know it's freezing up there. Better you than me. So anyway, say hey to everybody up there in Elko.
Where's Elko?
North.
Is that like a deer?
That's an elk. Unless, of course,
so it's an Italian elk. They got a vowel at the end.
Unless you're running going, elk. Oh!
I got it.
See, that's, I think, how they got it. That's like that town when you drive to California out 15, Zizix. Nothing but Z's and Y's and maybe an X, right?
That's really a real town.
It is. And I have to find the history on this. Maybe next week I'll throw it out there or the week after. But
how do you say it?
Zizix. Z-Z-Y. Yeah, you couldn't say it at all. Z-Z-Y-X-Z maybe? I've always wondered how that name came about. I mean, I'm just thinking a couple of drunk cowboys in a saloon somewhere got so toasted. Where are we? We're in Zizix City. Oh, great name for the city. That's not what I'm thinking.
That's pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah.
Foster Brooks would be so proud.
Yeah, he would be.
So those of you who know, I just aged myself.
So wouldn't Ozzy.
Oh, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne.
Speaking of Ozzy,
yes.
Dorothy and I, we took Joe Bonanno and his wife, Happy, that's her name, her nickname, Mary
like
Ann's her real name, to go see Gordie Brown.
Okay.
Gordie's a friend, and he's over at the Hooters Casino.
Yeah,
and
sure you went to see.
If you've never seen Gordie Brown, what the hell are you waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
He is, my cheeks within 5, and I've seen his show before.
Right.
Within 5 minutes were hurting because I'm just laughing. And he notices me in the crowd, and he worked me into one of the parodies, singing and bringing up my name in the song. It was hysterical. And, I introduced my friends to Gordie after the show, and he's so nice. And he's just, people don't know that not only is he an impersonator extraordinaire, but his approach in his show is wonderful. But he's from Canada, and he was a renowned caricature artist, newspaper, and actually has a book out, Caricatures by Gordie Brown.
Oh, wow.
And he's blown away with what I do. And I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? You've been published. I draw.
You were talking about at one time maybe publishing like a coffee table book.
Yeah, it's going to be called "And Your Mother Told You Never to Play with Magic Markers," the works of Neil Portnoy.
Don't have an imagination.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be called.
Sorry, put your crayons down. It's time for homework.
Hey, have you seen the new thing that my wife has put out now, the traveling doofus?
Yes. Is he going to make an appearence today?
No, I didn't bring any pens. They're all in the back room.
Didn't bring any pens. The guy's got 20 million in the back room over there.
pens in the back room. I don't have one here. Jeez. But Doofus is this little cartoon character that I've been drawing since I was 5 years old. And it literally will take me 40 seconds to just give me a piece of paper and I'll do Doofus for you. And half the time I'm not looking because I know what my hand's doing. I've made that move a zillion times. And like Dorothy and I will go out to a restaurant and I'll say, can I give you a souvenir before I leave? And you got a piece of paper and, the
person's really only thinking about a tip. That's a real
souvenir.
Give me the
little strip, I said, no, give me a piece of paper. And they give me the piece of paper and I sit there and I draw Doofus and I take the pen and I do the pen drop, like a mic drop, and turn around and walk out. And you should hear them. It's like, did you see that?
Who was that masked man?
What? Who is he? And it's just great because the next time we go into the restaurant, Mr. Portnoy, where would you like to sit?
That's right.
So it's always work.
Hey, let me go back to what I teased before we started talking about the event next week. Sounds at a particular time at night. Yeah. You're in bed. You sound asleep. Hi, Patricia. Thank you. We are twins, according to Patricia.
Wait, time out here. Time out. It's late at night.
Yes.
You're in bed, and you go, thank you, Patricia?
Well, I do.
That segue was not very good.
It wasn't.
It really wasn't.
Well, on this show, expect everything. Let's
Okay.
put it. That's
All
a good
right.
thing we're on the internet. So
Right.
Anyway, so it's, you're asleep, you're out cold, and let's say it's about 3 a.m. What sound would you hear that would absolutely scare the bejesus out of you? Well, car alarm, okay.
Smoke alarm. We talked about that.
That's
earlier.
why I'm bringing it up.
I know, but what scares me is, I live in a house that was built in the 90s, early 90s.
Right.
The creaking. Like when the heat comes on or something, and all of a sudden you hear this big creak in the wall. All right, the ceiling's coming down.
Right, exactly.
What the hell is that?
The old house is settling thing.
You're in Las Vegas. I have a security gate. I've got an alarm system.
The old radiators.
Everybody's got a gun. Oh, the old radiators.
The old radiators.
Back east, we used to have steam.
Yeah,
steam.
exactly.
Yeah.
And when the water would start coming up,
it would clank and whistle.
Right, exactly.
All that.
Mine that I hate 3 a.m, besides my snoring to wake myself up, which I don't do anymore, fortunately.
I stayed up all night once to make sure I didn't snore.
There you go. How'd that work out for you?
Not very well.
Did you catch yourself snoring?
That next day I slept all day.
I'm sure. How about the sound of your smoke alarm battery dying in the middle of nowhere? And all of a sudden you hear, cheep, cheep.
Yeah, and if you got 8 or 9 of them in the house like we did back east,
what
is going off?
You're hunting, because even the furthest one from your bedroom will still annoy the bejesus out of you.
Yep.
So earlier last week, right, 3 a.m, I didn't get the chipping sound. It sounded like a fire was in my house. I got the alarm. The alarm was going off, and my wife and we jumped out of bed so freaking fast, opened the door. We're looking for fire, smoke.
Sure.
Thank God, nothing. So I'm thinking, okay, something is with the detector. So I go up, I pull it down.
Look at you, go, baby, you're hot.
Yeah. Then I woke up from sleep, and that was fine.
Okay.
But I pulled the thing down, took the battery out. I thought all was done, right? Get back into bed. A couple of minutes later, starts going off again. Well, our detectors are wired into the electricity of the house. The battery is just really the backup, right? So, okay, sorry. Let's get back out of bed, take the battery out. I took the battery out. Now I took the plug out of the back so the electricity would stop going into it. I figured I'll just deal with it in the morning, right? So I put it on the top of my dresser, which is at the foot of my bed, and I'm looking up, and all of a sudden I see red light coming out of this thing. Funny thing is, when the smoke detector is working, it's over my door to the bedroom. I use that as a beacon to find the door when I don't turn lights on and let my wife sleep. So on the top of my dresser, I'm looking, there is this red beaming light blinking. I detached it from the power. I took the battery out. Now, I watch a lot of Ghost Adventures and stuff like that. Right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this thing's going to fly across the room, or it's detecting paranormal activity. That's where my mind was going at 3:30 in the morning, thinking maybe my mom was coming to visit me or something.
I had some weird dreams, but paranormal?
Yeah, you don't watch the paranormal stuff?
No,
Zach Bagans and all.
That's
right, exactly. I one time watched marathoned all that stuff in a marathon. I was like, what am I doing? And then I turned out all the lights that night.
So what was it? Tell me what it was.
I don't know. It was I don't know why it stopped. I just double checked the battery. Finally the red light went away and was able to go to sleep. Got a 9-volt battery the next day or two later, whatever, was reconnected everything, and I know I'm jinxing it, but
so
not a sound.
Nothing. How many days ago was this?
This was, I want to say, early last week, maybe a week ago.
It's all fixed now.
I hope so, or my mom left, one or the other. I'm not sure what it was, but that's a sound that freaks me out, is hearing that. And when I was back east for my niece's bar mitzvah, we were staying in a hotel where the fire alarm did go off at 4:30 in the morning. We had to evacuate, which is absolutely crazy. By the way, shout out to Barry Waxberg, who had his sleeve surgery earlier this week. We're going to go visit him later today. From Diana, I understand he's a little gruntmeister. So
who's Lauren
Plotkin? That's a dear friend who I grew up with back in New Jersey.
Because my aunt's name is Plotkin.
Oh, was it? Maybe
they're not
related.
All related though.
Well, it's like Cohen's. Everybody thinks that they're related.
Jewish geography. We do this all the time.
I know, exactly. Lauren and I grew up together. Her parents and my mom all went to school together. My dad was assimilated in because he went to school in Newark, New Jersey, rather than Linden, New Jersey.
Ghost. Shoshana said ghost.
Yeah, so it's I'm right there. I'm thinking it was ghosts. I was playing with my smoke detector. But car alarms is common. Those are the ones. Or how about just people talking outside at hours they shouldn't be out there talking? That, quite frankly, it's against the law to be out there making noise at certain hours, right? I have neighbors, they're diagonally behind me, who I know is an entertainer. I know her well, and she's out, and so I know she carries some odd hours. But at times, and I talked to her about it, she's been very cool, that at like 2 o'clock in the morning, we'll hear them talking. I got my window open. You know, I can't see, even during the winter, I can't sleep.
You have the window open in the winter.
And the ceiling fan still on while I'm heating during the night. Well, that's not true. Sometimes I let the heat go off during the night because we're under blankets. What do I need the heat on for? It's when I get out of bed and get in the shower that you need the heat cranking. That's the problem. I do. I sleep with the window over my head, open a little bit, ceiling fan still on. Hi, Carte. Hope you're feeling well. Carte Hicks is out there, the first woman in women's basketball that we know of to
dunk
in professional basketball to dunk while she was playing in Europe. We'll hear more about Carte coming in a couple of in the coming weeks. Was that?
Was the rim 10 feet high?
I don't
She's not
care.
very tall.
Well, she's about as tall as me.
No, she's not.
About as tall, which means she's a little shorter than me. She's got to be what, 5'9"? Carte, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10". Is she taller than I?
I think so.
Are you taller than I am?
Yeah, I think she is.
Oh.
Even on a bad hair day for you, I think she's still taller than, or a bad hair day for her, I think she's still taller than you. But anyway, I digress as always.
I have wavy hair.
Waving goodbye, right?
Yeah, every day.
Absolutely. That's to remind us. The back of my head with the front of my head wanted to see what the back looked like.
Yankees thing is really large on the screen.
You know, this is an extra large. Okay, and it still has room. This thing wouldn't fit on me. I now have room. Peter could probably climb in this with me if needed to.
Oh boy, where's this show going today?
I have no idea where it's going. I was going to wear my Thurman Munson jersey as my Yankee gear today.
Well, I have as I'm looking at behind our studio audience.
Yes.
There is a Thurman Munson illustration.
I love that.
Which
picture.
I did. I think the year after he passed away or something.
Which was 1979 when we lost him.
Yeah, a plane crash.
So I have a Cooperstown jersey with him.
But you know why I did the drawing?
What's that? Why?
We had a sports bar back east, and my friend George Papa something, Panagioto, that was close enough.
Papa what?
He was Greek.
Papa. Okay.
His license plate was NYYY15.
All right, big Yankee fan as well. New York
Huge
Yankees.
Yankee fan, and the original drawing he owns.
Of that?
Of that. That's
Lucky
not the
devil.
original, yeah.
Lucky devil.
He commissioned me to do one. And he owns the original, and I made the reproduction. But one of my favorite pieces, listen, being a lifelong Red Sox fan, there are really only two Yankees that I respect.
Thurman?
No, Thurman's not one of them.
Really?
Can you name the two of them?
Bucky Dent?
Nope, Bucky.
Notice I'm picking up the names
Bucky,
I know, just kind of
Bucky
zing them a little
Dent. Yeah, I remember him.
Bucky
Yeah.
Come
on, give me
Derek
the two.
Jeter.
There's one.
Don Mattingly.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
I know it ain't A-Rod because he and Varitek went at it behind home plate.
Nope.
Jeter, of course. I'm just trying to think.
I could give you a clue.
Give me a clue.
They made him a rocking chair out of broken bats.
Oh, Mariano Rivera. Yeah.
Because they played the game the right way.
Absolutely.
I'm a baseball guy.
Yeah.
You know, the other ones, they're a dime a dozen. Although Bernie Williams, I got to tell you a funny story about Bernie. I'm down at the Copa Room down, why can't I think of it, down off of Las Vegas Boulevard South. Kelly Clinton Holmes does her thing.
Bootlegger?
The Bootlegger.
You said Copa Room. I'm thinking the place in New York.
No,
that's what I'm thinking.
I'm down at the Bootlegger
on
a Monday night watching the Santa Fe Fat City Horns.
Okay.
And Bernie Williams gets up with them to play electric guitar. Now, a lot of people don't know he is a world-renowned
musician,
classical guitarist.
Yes. And he's got CDs out there. His music is published. So yeah, absolutely.
So,
number 51.
He had the electric guitar, and he was brilliant, unbelievable talent. And I go up after he performs, and I introduce myself like I always do, my networking thing.
Right.
And I'm showing him all the baseball stuff that I do, all the artwork, and he's looking at me like, "Dude, really?" I says, "Bernie, really? I just watched you play phenomenal guitar, which I knew you were a guitarist.
Right.
But I don't want to bring this up to you. I was a Red Sox fan, still am." He said, "That's all right. You're a baseball guy." I said, "Yeah, I'm a baseball guy."
That's right.
I love the game.
So let me ask you this question.
Sure.
There's a talk that Rivera may become the first unanimous inductee into the Hall of Fame. Jeter is being talked about as possibly unanimous.
Jeter shouldn't be unanimous.
Why?
Longevity does not get you in.
You don't think?
I think
what do you think would keep him? You think he belongs in the Hall?
Oh, he should definitely be in the Hall.
So Absolutely. Tell me why you don't think he should be a unanimous.
Well, you know what? The Gold Gloves that he's won, fabricated. He was not a great fielder. He was a hard-nosed baseball shortstop.
Okay.
A bigger shortstop than we were accustomed to seeing because he's a big guy.
Right.
But there were 2 or 3 years I can go back in history and say, how the hell did he win the Gold Glove?
Okay.
He won it out of notoriety. He won it out of the votes, New York, and the Writers Association. Should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame. No question. Great player. Great player.
So based on what I'm hearing, you're just basing his non-unanimous potential election because of Gold Gloves.
No. You know what? He was a good hitter. He was a clutch hitter, leader, a captain. All of that. enters into the writers' decisions to vote you into the Hall of Fame.
How about those writers that won't do it just based on principle, that they will never vote somebody in unanimously?
That happened to what? Who that recently happened
Jake
to?
DeGrom. Jake DeGrom winning the Cy Young. There was one.
No, I'm talking about Hall of Fame induction.
Oh,
recently, was it Pedro or somebody, or wasn't a first ballot, or wasn't?
I don't remember.
There were two right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to me, in my opinion, first time, full ballot, Mariano Rivera will be that one guy.
Okay.
That one guy.
Wasn't it Tom Seaver who was the closest to being unanimous, or was there somebody after him?
There might have been somebody after Seaver, but I
Where's Hank Widmer when I need him? Hank, if you're watching,
really.
get in there.
You're the stat guy, Hank. You would
exactly.
know if you're out there. Please get into the
chat
room here. This is chat room. It just reminds me of the dating site stuff where you go into the chat room.
Like IDatedYou.com kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or swipe right or
JewishGeography.com.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There are so many dating sites that are so tied down to specific
But
things.
Mariano should be unanimous first time.
That's cool.
That's my opinion.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, Roxanne, Lena's out there watching. Michelle Sullivan's out there. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, please reshare us. That's my people.
Oh.
Well, you know Aline.
Hey, my people know your people.
Hey, we know people around here. Please feel free to reshare the feed as well. Let's go to our Facebook page, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, which you can use the simple ampersand sign, Twin Brothers, Different Mothers.
What's the ampersand?
That's that circly A thing, the A with the circle.
Oh, is that what it's called?
An ampersand. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or the @ sign. That's the other thing.
I know that one.
It's the same sign. It's the
ampersand.
same symbol.
Is that short for amper sign?
I don't know. It's ampersand. Ampersand. No,
ampersand? Spell it.
Ampersand. No, it's ampersand.
Can you spell it?
No. IT. Spell it IT. Anyway, please go to our Facebook page. Like us. You can go to Twitter. You'll find Twin Brothers from Different Mothers out there. Go to LinkedIn. You'll find a Twin Brothers from Different Mothers page there. Hey, by the way, though, we're also on for post-show to revisit any stupid thing we talked about here. Stitcher, as you can see, when we have to update that, Stitcher's got us. iTunes has us. SoundCloud has us, and YouTube. All of these videos we are rehousing on a YouTube channel, and they're all under Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Go out there.
Let me throw this out there.
Like and subscribe.
Not to interrupt you, I always do, but I'm going to do
That's
it
okay,
anyhow.
and I still keep going.
Something we really haven't discussed,
Yes.
but Twin Brothers from Different Mothers is looking into 2019 of doing a lot of remote broadcast.
Absolutely.
If you've got a business out there, or you want to promote a product,
grand
you want
opening,
attention, you name it, type thing, we could possibly
we'll work out a deal. Let
coming.
your people talk to our people. Yeah. That's all.
But you know what, people love when you have a microphone in front of their face. I do.
That's right.
I mean now.
That's right.
And we'd be able to bring people in and talk to them and let them showcase what they do, who they are, and all that good stuff. And in the future, in 2019, we are going to be having a lot of live guests in.
Well, that's good, because I hate to interview dead guests.
Because we can't talk to each other for a whole hour continually.
Yeah, no dead guests on that list.
No. Well, we can have them vote. Then we won't have them vote.
Exactly. We'll just we'll do an illustration of one, and we'll just put it right. Well, actually, you got
that's what a pop-up is.
Oh, is that what it's called? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You talking about the pop-up banner or a little pop-up sign?
No, a little person.
The cutout, the cardboard thing.
Let's talk about CES. I mean, which was in Las
Vegas.
Which is
leaving.
Right. They're all done now, but the Consumer Electronics Show, which
Yep.
was brought in by Sheldon Adelson
Right.
a number of years ago. It's one of the largest, if not the largest show that comes to Vegas.
Right. Probably next to NAB, which is coming in April.
What's
which
NAB stand for?
National Association of Broadcasters.
Oh, NAB.
And they do allow you to register for free. You can get free registration for just the exhibits, which I do just about every year. And when I walk in there, I get so overwhelmed because there's like so much equipment, so many, and they use both halls, the main hall and the south. I mean, thousands.
Do you think NAB is big? CES.
No, I'd say it's as big. I would say CES is probably number one, but I think NAB is the second one right behind it. Then there's AVAN.
CES is
AVAN
in a lot of different venues in Vegas. They're also at the Sands. They're at the Convention Center. And interesting thing that happened is all the live entertainers on the Strip.
Right.
Let's bring up Jennifer Romas at the show Sexy. She went dark for the week. Right.
Because she
no
knew.
pay. Because the union got involved and said, we can only work so many shows.
Right.
And but it was amazing driving down Las Vegas Boulevard. It was really dead with traffic of people walking because everybody's at corporate special
functions
put on by all the exhibitors of CES.
Exactly. AVAN is the adult video industry. That's their awards. Yeah. That's coming up
They
soon.
have awards here?
Oh, yeah.
What do they award you for? Longevity? No, I'm not going there. I'm not going
Size.
there. Size and longevity.
Right. Right. They were right after one.
So one time I was working the CES.
Right.
And this old guy in a wheelchair comes in. He wants to see dirty naked women.
Okay.
Is that a new band?
The porn A band.
Right.
And it's just that way. It's not here. No, it's that way.
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh.
That following day, a new band was formed. It's called Bare Naked Ladies.
Yes. Yes. And they're a viable band out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, so I had no idea where I was going with that. Oh, we were talking about networking and exposure and doing remotes. Let me share this. Wednesday, January 30th, one of my networking groups that I belong to, which is the Wise Guys chapter of the team networking family that's in town, is having a huge mixer at Public School 702, which is right in downtown Summerlin, right where Maggiano's is.
One of the restaurants.
Right, runner. It's actually a second floor restaurant. Yeah. And their event is starting at 6 p.m., 6 to 8 p.m. Members, non-members are all invited to come down, network, meet other business people. There'll be some functions and some things going on. Shoshana O'Hell from R&B Events, she's coordinating it for them. And I, for some ungodly reason, was asked to broadcast from there, to the best of my knowledge, being the first true live stream broadcast, not counting people who take their phones out and do Facebook Live, of an event like that. So I will be there on behalf of twin brothers from one brother from one mother.
Twin brothers minus brother.
Right, because you've got another engagement that night already attached. So I will be there talking with folks, mingling.
I'm going to call in.
You're going to call in?
I'm going to call in.
I don't have a phone number. I don't know how you're going to call in.
I'm going to call you on your cell phone. And you go, Neil's calling live. And you're going to put it up to the microphone.
We'll see how. Oh, that's fine. We could try it. I don't know how well it's going to come. But I'm going to have all the equipment there. I'm going to be doing a live broadcast from 6:30 to 7:30. I'm going to do the middle hour while people there. I'll just be broadcasting what's going on. They're going to have some games and events and talking with people. They're going to have something going on that people will win an opportunity to come on the air with me and do like a minute or two commercial, which is fine. And so talk about networking and remotes. I will be there on January 30th, Public School 702, being hosted by the Wise Guys.
It's Wednesday night.
That's correct. They do meet Wednesdays at 11:30 at Aces and Ales over on Tenay across near Mountain View Hospital. So if you want to go check them out, but that'll be the event to come down, invite friends. There is an event out there that you can also check into as well and come say hi. Maybe I'll bring some headshots that I can sign for people.
Let's talk a little bit about.
I don't know how much value that have, but coasters maybe.
National Day. What's the National
Day? I actually thank you for bringing that up. I'm so glad you brought that up.
That's what I'm as I have
the link.
Bring things up.
That's okay. So what we'd like to do, nationaldaycalendar.com, owned and founded by
Marlo Anderson, a good friend of ours. He is the founder of National Day Calendar. He's also the tech geek. I don't know. He's got a podcast show type thing, but he's a techie. He was
here for CES, you said, yes?
He was here. He popped into my gallery the other day on his way over to CES, said, I can't talk to you because I'm headed over there. I said, what the hell did you come in for?
Exactly.
You can't talk to me.
Exactly.
But we chat like that all the time.
Okay, that's very cool. I would have loved to have seen him, but I know he's busy.
But we bring up as a segment on twin brothers from different mothers.
Your sister says hello, by the way, so talk nice about her this time.
I just said twin brothers, and you said the word sisters, and I thought I made a mistake. I didn't know where I was going with that.
Look who's in the chat room.
Hey, hi, Ivy.
That's why I just said.
It's like 12 degrees back there with a wind chill of -6 degrees, and it's 61 degrees and sunny here. What a surprise.
Well, that's why I said now you got to talk nice about it because now she's listening.
That was nice. She's coming in June.
I'd love to meet her when she comes in. We're going to meet her?
Oh, good. Yeah.
I want to meet her.
Good.
Because she's a great follower of what you and I do.
She's a very good follower.
I appreciate that. Okay. I want to meet her because I'd like to meet her.
Okay.
You may want to. Never mind.
No,
January 12th, National Day Calendar. Here's the events for today. We're going to go through the week of what's coming up. So it's National Kiss a Ginger Day.
I'm a Mary Ann person.
I am too. But I love, you know what? True natural redheads, not the bottled ones. And I mean no offense to my wife because she just kind of put Auburn in. There's just something about natural redheads. That's like kryptonite, like it is to Superman.
It's your superhero thing.
National Pharmacist Day. I have a cape too, by the way, and a mask. National Curry Chicken Day. National Marzipan Day.
So is that Curry Chicken Day, you go to an Indian restaurant, right?
Well, let's find out what we have to do to celebrate National Curried Chicken Day as soon as the internet brings up. Here we go.
Indian food.
When making a true curry chicken, don't reach for the curry powder. Instead, chicken is stewed in a sauce made from clarified butter, I didn't know there was unclarified butter.
Clarified butter?
Yeah, it's known as ghee, I guess, Ghee. Ghee, is that how it's pronounced?
I don't know what you're reading.
I don't know. Onions, garlic, and a variety of spices such as cumin, coriander, cinnamon, ginger, and there's ginger again.
Turmeric.
And turmeric. Other ingredients include chilies and tomatoes. So I guess really to celebrate it, you're making curry chicken and the curry stuff like from scratch.
So it's almost like a barbecue, but you barbecue with the curry sauce, and that becomes curry chicken.
Right, I guess so. National Marzipan Day, and today the second Saturday in January of every year is National Vision Board Day. A lot of people love making their vision boards for the year, the things to visualize that they want to accomplish.
So that's what January 12th was, right?
Yeah, this year, it's always the second Saturday. That's January 12th. January 13th, tomorrow, it's Korean American Day, National Sticker Day, National Rubber Ducky Day.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't you have
Ernie
a friend
that
does that? Does the rubber
yes, Fred
ducky
Schultz.
races?
Fred Schultz, Foundation for Positive Foundation for Positively Kids has an annual.
Play that back.
It'll make sense when you play it in reverse. As a national, as an annual fundraiser based on that's right, based on a duck derby, and it's one of their biggest fundraisers of the year. National Peach Melba Day, National Foster Memorial Day, Stephen Foster Memorial Day.
I went to high school with Stephen Foster.
Did you really?
Yeah.
The second Sunday is National Sunday Supper Day. I guess you celebrate that by pulling everybody
You're going
together.
so fast. I don't know where you're reading.
Well, we only have a few minutes left. I'm right here in the middle under January 14th.
Oh, I got it now. All right.
Stick with me. January 14th. Oh, I love this one. We could maybe celebrate this one. National Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day.
National 1/4 hot pastrami.
Exactly.
The other quarter you give to your wife.
Oh, this one I don't like because I don't like doing this to my dogs. It's National Dress Up Your Pet Day.
What the hell are you going to put a costume on your pet for?
I don't know. A lot of people like sweaters and all that stuff on their dogs. I'm not one of those people. I told my wife, if you do that to our dogs, we're done.
Hey, we're going to settle the government shutdown on January 14th because
it's National Ratification Day.
There you go.
Also, the second Monday in January is National Clean Off Your Desk Day.
That's the second Monday in January.
Now, I just saw a message pop in from Shoshan about creating a national day for us. So let me go over what is needed to get a national day clarified.
You're going to get a national day?
Well, that's what she's suggesting. Now, Shoshan, if you want to set up a GoFundMe account to get $20,000.
Really, you have no idea how much this costs.
So you go on to National Day. You can pull down the application. You complete the application. You submit it to their panel of 4 individuals, which Marlo is not a member of. So it's 4 independent people, and it must be a unanimous decision.
Behind locked door.
Behind locked door in a mayonnaise jar, locked and sealed on porch of Funkin' Wagons.
Yeah, eating curry chicken.
If accepted, that's when you pay the $20,000. So as long as all 4 people agree and you're accepted,
you have a national day in your honor.
And you have a national day. So yeah,
so figure that out. If they're getting 20
Twin
grand,
Brothers National Day.
If they're getting 20 grand,
that's $5,000 each
to get a national day.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 360. I'm just doing the math.
Yeah.
365 days a year at 20 grand, and the 20 grand may be 10 different things on that one day. So let's say it's $100,000 a day.
Right.
That's like $365 million or 3.65 billion
for Marlo.
Or the organization. No,
for the organization.
4 people.
For the 4 people that sit around discussing.
Right.
Could you? I would love to know the list of days, and I think we talked with Marlo about this or tried to. The days that were rejected. I would love to know. Right, I know. Yeah, I'd love to know what they are. January 15th, National Booch Day.
What's a booch?
I don't know. I love the other day that's on.
I want to look it up. What's a booch?
I'm going to, but it's also National Hat Day for that on the January 15th. That's Wednesday. That'll be fun.
Booch?
Well, we're going to find out.
Booch.
It looks like it's a drink. Let's see. January 15th is the first ever National Booch Day. Kicks off a delicious way to celebrate with kombucha, Kombucha, fans, and more. What is a booch?
Called booch.
It's a short for kombucha, or booch is a lightly effervescent fermented beverage with a bold, invigorating taste.
Maybe we should have used that
as our
giveaway.
Next time.
Going with that. Yeah.
Yes, with flavor options from sweet to tart, Kavita Master Brew kombucha pairs well with any meal and has billions of live probiotics in every bottle,
which assures you will visit the restroom every hour.
Yes, absolutely. So it's also National, as soon as it resets, Strawberry Ice Cream Day.
I like strawberry ice cream.
National Without a Scalpel Day is January 16th.
What?
Well, that's good.
Is that for doctors?
I don't know. I hope not. I hope they don't leave their scalpel at home. National Nothing Day.
There we go.
That's my kind of day.
Yeah, we
just
like that
do
one.
nothing. Exactly.
This is January 16th.
January 16th. National Religious Freedom Day. And National Fig Newton Day on January 16th.
Wow.
I never liked Fig Newtons.
Wow.
January 17th, National Hot Buttered Rum Day, National Bootleggers Day.
Well, the bootleggers should do something on that day down here in Vegas.
As well as the Mom Museum should.
Yeah.
Third Thursday of each quarter is Get to Know Your Customers Day. That sounds like a customer appreciation day.
Yeah.
I like that. The 18th, National Winnie the Pooh Day.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh doesn't know what to do. He's got a honey jar stuck on his nose. I'm not singing it. I recited it.
I guess you did. National Peking Duck Day.
I like pecans.
Now, catch me on this one. We need another name for this day. National Thesaurus Day.
I can't say that. That's a lisp.
I hope people got that one.
Thesaurus.
Another name for the day. Thesaurus.
Terrible.
I know. National Michigan. Do not try this at home. I am a professional. National Michigan Day is also the 18th. That's a bunch of Michiganers who get together and celebrate that day.
A Michigan Day. National Michigan. Oh, it's Michigan. It's not Michiganer. It says Michigan.
Well, what do you call people from Michigan?
Michiganers.
There you go.
All right.
And last but not least, next Saturday going in, it's National Quark Day and National Popcorn Day. Now, I only know of one Quark for you Star Trek fans, right? You guys, he was the guy who ran the bar in Deep Space Nine, played by Armin Shimmerman. So,
No
but
idea.
it's not that.
What is it?
Doggone it. It is World Quark Day officially celebrates quark and its many benefits. Quark is a European superfood staking its claim on supermarket shelves around the world. Quark is a delicious, high-protein, low-fat alternative to soft cheese and yogurt that can be used for baking, cooking, and blending. I like my idea better.
How come she's got it all over her face?
Because like cucumbers, people put cucumbers on their eyes, right? Because it takes the swelling down. Then that's probably kind of doing the same
Cucumbers
thing.
takes the swelling out of your eyes.
Yeah, like tea bags. Right? Yeah, you freeze them, but I mean, it takes the swelling down.
Or you freeze a cucumber. You don't put a soft one on it. It's a hard cucumber.
Well, you can put refrigerated, can't you? A cold one, right. I was
and
going to
that
say, you can put
reduces-
refrigerated.
Well, you learn something new every day.
There are some people in the chat room that like the idea of a GoFundMe account for you, and I have it in National Day. Anyway, so that's all the national days coming up from today through next Saturday.
Let's set one up to build a wall. We'll reach a
wall to your new building, right?
Yeah, $1 billion. That's what, if we'll give everybody back the money. Somebody already did this, right? We'll give everybody.
Yeah, actually, yes. A
money.
GoFundMe account was recently closed, and everybody's having their money refunded. Was it like they raised like $20 million or some ridiculous number?
200 million or something.
200 million?
Yes.
Wow. In the article I read, missed a zero or two.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway, so hey, bud, it's an hour already. We're done.
Oh, I thought you were reading somebody's.
No, I'm not reading it. No, I'm not reading it. No, I'm just telling you.
It always goes by.
You're not my bud? Can I
I
not
am
call you
your
bud?
bud. I am.
All right.
I'm your bud from a different flower.
Hey, that was very good.
Thanks. That
That's
was
very
quick.
good. Not bad.
All right,
Not
thanks.
bad for non-pro, but that's all right. Anyway, so next week is the big event.
Yeah, next week we're doing from 1 to 4, Saturday, the 19th of January, the unveiling of the 2018 and 19 Portnoy Wall of Honor here at the gallery, 1 to 4. Go to Eventbrite. You'll see it on Portnoy Gallery page on Facebook. It's going to be an event attended by a lot of
Dignitaries.
eclectic people here in Las Vegas.
Eclectic dignitaries.
Eclectic dignitaries.
A new
yeah.
meaning for ED.
Yeah, you never know who's going to show up. You really, I don't know who's going to be here, but
Are you getting live press for this or something?
Yeah, we're trying to. We're trying to get TV and radio and all the outlets to come cover it, and we've got a number of photographers that'll be here taking your picture if you are in fact in the Portnoy Wall of Honor, which, by the way, this coming week on Facebook, I will start releasing some of the new names for the 2019.
You heard the scoop right here. You better pay attention during the week.
Pay attention to the page.
Absolutely.
Other than that, partner, another successful Saturday. We had a lot of people in our chat room. We don't know what the numbers are of the video, but
as soon as we log off, I'll find out. And we had a standing room only audience today.
Yeah, nobody was standing.
Right, exactly.
We had plenty of standing room.
We had plenty of seats, right? We had plenty of standing room. But next week, if you're late, there may not be standing room for you. So you better get here on time for the event at 1 o'clock till 4. There will be a special time for Twin Brothers on that day from 11:30 to 12:30. Kind of like think of that as like the pre-red carpet
also,
show.
let's throw in real quickly about the advertising opportunity.
Yes.
You can take it from there.
Okay. Listen, if you want to get your word out to the masses through social media and you don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it, how's this sound? $75 a show. You'll get 2 live reads during the show. Live reads is your commercial that either Neil or I will read and share with the entire world. Now, that's $75 for 2, but here's the feature that you forget about, and that's the podcast. We get within a week anywhere between 500 and 800 views of this video within a week, how much would it cost you to spend to get in front of 500 to 800 potential clients within 1 week?
Well, that's just one.
Not $75. I can
that's
tell you
one
that.
of the packages. That's
one.
Return on investment, ROI.
Right.
I said, if you're looking at those numbers, and a lot of companies are putting out their budgets for the upcoming year in the first quarter of the year.
Yep.
And you know what? Hey, I'll throw $75, $150,
or $300 for a month.
300 for the month, or you can come in and be a live guest in the studio, and we talk
separate
about
pricing
your
for
product
that.
during the hour.
Exactly.
We have a
Or we can put that
structure.
in.
Yep. A lot of different things, a lot of opportunities. Feel free to reach out to us at
twinbrothersdifferentmothers@gmail.com, or to make it real simple for you, if you like our Facebook show page, there's a little blue button right under the picture that says send email. Click on that, and you'll be tuned right in to Neil and I, and we'll be happy to get back to you and go over everything with you and show you the benefits of being part of our program as a sponsor, advertiser, supporter, whatever you want to call it.
And I am Neil Portnoy.
Right.
That
we purposely do this to mix
Aaron
everybody
Phillips.
up. Yes.
We are live from Portnoy Gallery here in beautiful Las Vegas,
Beautiful
Nevada.
downtown Burbank.
Right. Do this whole thing in Burbank.
Downtown Burbank.
Butter, any closing thoughts, notes?
Usual salvo for me. Just have a great week. Be safe. Be happy. Make it the best one that you can have. I just saw my daughter Radar. She just snuck in there real fast. But yeah, make it the best you can be, because regardless of what happens, Neil and I will be back here next week. So you always have that to look forward to.
Love it.
Have a great week, everybody. From all of us here, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Have a great week. We'll see you next time on the podcast. Have a great one.